Hi everyone and welcome back to a new video. Today I thought that we would do a little bit more of a chill one and something that I hadn't really planned to film, but something that I was in the mood for, because this is kind of gonna be a mood reading vlog. And I have two books in specific that I really want to get to and read in this video, and that is Dear Debbie by Frida McFadden and Vladimir by Julia May Jonas. Both of these books are books that have really been trending recently. Vladimir just became a Netflix limited series, which I have actually already watched, and that has made me intrigued about the book because I didn't know it was based on a book beforehand. And then of course Dear Debbie is just a new Frida McFadden release, and I am quite up to date with my Frida books, I will say. I've read about 10 now, which is crazy. I thought it was only 6 or 7, but I did think about it before filming this video, and I'm quite on the ball. I'm quite in the know with her releases and her books in general. So yeah, this reading vlog is just going to be me reading trending books that I really want to get to, not on my TBR, even though I should be doing that, but just because I have major book FOMO. So this is a really bad weird angle. Let me fix this a second. I'm about 40% into this book and surprisingly enjoying myself. I don't know if I've already mentioned, but I've actually read like about 10 Frida McFadden books. Like, that's quite a lot. And I do find that her books are just kind of like hit or miss with me personally. So I'm glad to report that it's been pretty good so far. It's quite entertaining. The story feels a little bit different. It's nothing that I would say is like revolutionary, but also I don't feel like her books ever really are. I don't mind a easy, quick thriller palette cleanser every now and then. So kind of enjoying it, kind of enjoying myself. Let me tell you a bit about it, because I actually went into this book literally knowing not one thing other than the title. So we're following someone named Debbie. Now she works for a newspaper. She like does a little advice column in the newspaper, and it's kind of like an agony aunt type of thing. Obviously that's where the title comes from, Dear Debbie, because they're like, Dear Debbie, please help me with X, Y, and Z. So that's fun. I've been enjoying reading those. I always like reading like a little article, a little letter in a book. I find it really interesting. I mean, apart from it ends with us, because like, girl, like you didn't have to write to Ellen that many times. But in every other book, like I quite enjoy that. I feel like it breaks up the pace a little bit and like keeps your attention span like really wired and involved in the book. So yes, she is kind of doing that for a little hustle, side money, a little bit of extra cash. And then she is married to a guy named Cooper, who we don't know much about. Like I think he is an accountant at this firm, but he's basically worked there for 10 years and he's never really gotten a promotion. He's got kind of like that struggle, and then also he's been a bit sus about the privacy of his phone. Like he sometimes gets messages and just kind of like hides it from Debbie. So we have that, and then she actually has these 2 kids as well. She has 2 daughters. The oldest is Lexi, and she is dating this boy called Zane, who apparently drives really fast and comes in their house and like eats all their food and stuff like that. And basically Debbie does not really like him. Debbie as a mum is very protective and suspicious of Zane because she doesn't know much about him, and like Lexi is in the teenage phase of her life where she doesn't like to really communicate with her mom, and she just gets really annoyed at her. And then Izzy is the younger daughter, and she plays, I think, soccer. She's on like the soccer team because she's really good and she really enjoys sports. She has recently been kicked off, but we don't know why. So everyone kind of has an issue going on, so it's kind of keeping it pretty fast-paced and interesting, and we keep switching different POVs, and the chapters are literally like 3 pages, which I love. And Frida books are always that fun because her chapters are really short, so you just can really speed read this. Like, I can definitely get this finished today, and that is my plan. So I'm gonna go finish this now and I'll be back with you guys once I'm done and my final thoughts. Sorry for the weird setup, but it's me checking in with you later. It's actually much later now, and I did finish the book a lot earlier than this, but like I was doing other stuff. But I'm still kind of processing like what I think about it. I don't really know, like I quite liked it. I think I don't have any negative thoughts, so I think that's a good sign. I think I prefer it more than some of her other books that I've read. I always kind of judge it on how satisfied I feel at the end of the book, more so with her books, because obviously it's about like the plot twists. And then this one again obviously did have the classic plot twist. And I will say I was really confused when I was reading one of the chapters near the end, because I was like, wait, like the plot twist revealed itself, but I was so confused, like it hadn't been explained, and I was like, why am I not able to connect the dots? So, but I mean, I did get it afterwards, because then, without giving it away, I understood it. This is a book that I know is in the 3-star territory. Is it I think it would be somewhere between like a 3.5 or a 3.75. I'm feeling like 3.5, I don't know, one of those two though. Like I know it's one of those two, it's just always like I can never choose between the two until like it might take me a week. I'd love to know if you guys have read it, what you thought of it and what you rated it, and if you guys are going to read it, I would also like to know any updates that you have. So we're just going to leave that there. I'm happy with it. It was gripping, it was fast paced, it was an easy palette cleanser, it was everything that I wanted it to be. And it also ticked off one of my reading goals this year, which was to read at least 12 new releases. I wanted to read one new release, like set myself one new release every month. But if not, like overall throughout the year, at least 12 new releases. And obviously this came out this year, so I feel good about that. And it didn't put me into a slump. So I think the vibes are high, like it's good, I feel good. So I have actually started Vladimir, which was the second book that I definitely wanted to get to in this video, and was the other trending book that I've kind of seen trending around. So if you don't know, Vladimir recently came out as a limited series on Netflix, and it's starring Rachel Weisz and Leo Woodall. Who I love both of them, and I've already watched it. I watched it in like 2 days because it was so quick and easy to binge, purely because like each episode is around 30 minutes long. There's like 8 episodes altogether, and it's a very, very fast-paced series, and at the end of each episode it definitely leaves off on a cliffhanger, and then I just want to get into it and I want to find out like where it's going. So I actually really enjoyed the series more than I thought I would, because I don't know, from the trailer I thought it was like okay, and I was like, oh, watch this, but I don't feel like I will care. But I actually thoroughly enjoyed it. Like I had a good time. I mean, I'm invested so much that I've picked up the actual book now. I don't enjoy reading books after I've watched the movie or series, but in this case, because I didn't know, I was actually more intrigued to see how it compared to the book. So yes, I've started on this one, but like when I say I've started it, I honestly have read like one chapter, the prologue, and one chapter. Like I've not read a lot, but this is obviously a lot different from the last book I've read, not just in genres, but the writing and stuff. It's different, but I'm enjoying it. Anyways, I will update you when anything happens in this book, and this is literally what has been going down as I've been reading. These are cookie dough M&Ms, guys. They're new to the UK, but I'm pretty sure America always had them because they have like the craziest M&M flavors ever. Honestly, I love cookie dough, like through and through. I am a cookie, full stop, I'm a cookie girl. Like I'm a cookie stan. Cookie dough, like before it's being baked, love. Warm, gooey chocolate chip cookie when it's just from the oven, soft and like crispy on the outside. Oh, I love cookies, like literally. I don't know anyone that loves cookies as much as I do, and that is a little bit worrying. When I had the first one from this packet, honestly I didn't like it. Like it was very sweet and obviously just a bit artificially, and I just wasn't here for the flavor. But then I just had like 3 more after it, and then I don't know what's happened because now like there's literally no more in this pack. There's probably about like 4. Anyways, this is my dangerous snack combo that I have been gobbling at. Would recommend. Also love that this is pink. Slay. I'm gonna go, guys. I'm home alone right now. And why is it so awkward? It's so awkward when I talk because like no one's responding. I mean, no one really responds when I vlog anyways, but like also I could just hear my voice echoing in my whole house, and it's just a bit like... We're 30% into Vladimir now. I don't actually know if I'd read any before I'm coming to you with this update. I think I'd read like a couple pages, but now I am successfully a good few chapters in. I don't know if you're gonna like this update, but I fear I needed to check in with you because I'm not enjoying it. I'm in a twist and a turn of events that I did not see coming. I'm not enjoying this book. I'm not enjoying it. I'm not enjoying it as much as I thought I would. I'm not enjoying it the same way that I enjoyed the series. And I'm really confused as to why, because it is in a lot of ways very similar to the series, but with the Netflix show, I just feel like it was a lot more funny and held less depth. I just feel like it was more lightweight in that sense. I don't know, I've never not preferred a book compared to the adaptation. I always either love them just as much or prefer the book. I don't know what's going on here, guys. I don't know what to tell you. I don't like coming on here and saying that I'm not enjoying a book because I don't want to slam the author or put the book down when it got green light for production and adaptation. So that's always a good sign. But I think my thing with it so far, or the like miniature grudge that I kind of hold against it, but not meaning to, feel like our female main character in this is kind of hypocritical, and maybe like I don't like the way she's going about some of the stuff, because as you know, obviously she is in her 50s, late 50s, I don't know. She's much older than this young male that she is trying to pursue, I guess. This male is within consentable age range. He's just started as a kind of young professor at this school that she's also teaching at. So it's not like the ages aren't consenting, and honestly like nothing between them has happened of a inappropriate nature or anything like that. I think it's just kind of certain viewpoints that she raises. She seems like a self-aware woman and a critically thinking woman, because obviously, I mean, she majors in English and she's teaching that. So we have that side of her, but then she does things that question the reliability of the statements she says. And it's kind of icking me out a little bit. Just the way that she's just excusing other people's behavior when I don't feel, in my opinion, that it's excusable, particularly her husband's thing that is going on. They're kind of in this agreement / open marriage situation. I think if you have seen the show, it is also kind of quite accurately represented in there. And I also didn't really like it much in that. But then reading about it, having to be in her mind and just hearing about her thoughts, which I just blatantly disagree with a lot of the time, and I'm just not enjoying being in her mind, is just such a different thing, because it's like I can't escape her. I don't know. I'm at like such a big crossroads with this book right now, because I am going to finish it. I want to see it through because it is a very short read and I can get through it, but I'm not enjoying it so far. I'm not enjoying it, basically. I've got the ick from a book. It's crazy. Like from the main character is also crazy, and she's a woman. Like how does that happen? I'll probably see you once I finish this book, because unless I have something good to say, I don't really feel like I need to check back in again, just because like it probably won't be positive. So in the worst pain right now. I've just started my period last night and the cramps are through the roof. That I can deal with. But on top of that, I've got 4 wisdom teeth trying to come through at the same time, and the pain it is leaving my gums in, it's not okay. It's genuinely not okay. I'm not doing great this morning, but anyways, regardless of that, I needed to give you my final thoughts on Vladimir. You'll be pleased to know that I have finally finished this book. I feel like it has dragged way longer than it needed to. I have taken so much longer to read this, embarrassingly long, than I should have. And I think it is because I didn't feel like I wanted to pick it up. I didn't feel encouraged. I think I'm gonna settle with giving this a 3 out of 5. I feel like I'm being fair in that. I've not had the best reading experience with this. I feel like the main character, something about her thoughts kind of irk me. I don't really get the obsession. I don't really get her marriage. Like, even sometimes her parenting, I just feel like a lot of the decisions she makes don't make sense to me. Character doesn't need to be likable for it to be realistic, for it to be a good book and a good plot and a good story, but I just don't think it fully landed with me. I definitely thought it was going to be better considering I enjoyed the TV show, but again, like, things are construed in such a different way when you read them, and when you're constantly in the mind of this 50-something-year-old woman who is obsessed with a way younger colleague. She is in a marriage that is falling apart, like it's an open marriage, but her husband is doing questionable things and she's standing beside him, her daughter's speaking up about it, and then she doesn't see her daughter's point of view and she thinks that, I don't know, there's something about this character that she thinks she's very, not prestige, but I feel like she thinks that she knows everything. Or that's how it comes across in the writing. And while some things that she says raise good points and interesting questions, a lot of her conclusions I don't agree with. Then again, the writing does have a really addictive quality to it, so it's nothing against the author's writing style, because honestly I did very much enjoy it, and when I did finally pick up the book, I can't really stop in that sense, and I'm very like, I want to keep going because her writing is very easy to just like get absorbed into. It's just when I put the book down, I do other things and I'm like, oh, do I really want to come back to this story? So I guess that's my thoughts. I guess that is my opinion. That is where I'm going to end this video. I'm going to leave that alone. Thank you guys so much for watching. I know that this video has probably been a bit of a drag and a bit like up and down and a bit like we're going at a slow pace. But either way, I hope you enjoyed this video and I'll see you next week for a new video. Bye.